Don't click off. You watching Striving to Prosper. Let's get it, man. Listen to tunes while we're doing it smooth, strivers. Remember that.
What's good, y'all, man? It's Striving to Prosper here, and today we're going to do something a little different. This idea could be either really dumb or really big brain, so we'll see how it goes. So as I was playing Warframe and looking at the region chat, I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and try something different. I asked the region chat to build me a loadout. I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could survive 30 long minutes in a still path survival with any build, loadout, whatever weapon or Warframe they chose for me in the region chat. So I did just that. I went to region chat and asked them to go ahead and give me a build, a loadout, whatever they want to send me, send them my way. And of course, I'm not even surprised. I can't say to my surprise, Banshee and the Stug. This literally has to be by far one of the worst. It has to be top 5 worst weapon Warframe combinations in the entire game. Like, they knew exactly what they were doing. You're not gonna do nothing with Banshee with the Stug. The Banshee's not really all that bad, but she's not great. Her kit is outdated. You can get far with her sonar, silence, and her sonic boom, especially with the augment, but you're not doing nothing with the Stug. So I ended up asking the chat just to give me a random melee and a random primary weapon. I didn't get that on video, so you're gonna find out what they chose for me because I needed something more than just a Stug. I gotta have something that's gonna help me get through at least 10 minutes and not struggle on one enemy for like my whole magazine. So I already know I'm gonna have a tough time on that one. For the next loadout somebody suggested is Dante and Grimoire. Now, I don't play Dante like that because I never built him yet. Not that I don't want to play him, it's just I never played him at all. So I know Dante is actually really cracked, so I already have a good feeling about this build. I used the Grimoire. The Grimoire is fantastic. Dante, like I said, I heard a lot of good things about him, so I'm confident that I can pass the challenge with this one. Now, the reason why I'm doing Dante and Grimoire only and not the Banshee and Stug only is because there's nothing you can do with that. I'm not going to make it far. I mean, if there's people that can make it work, cool, but I know for sure Dante can handle it without a weapon, so that's why I'm confident with this one. Now for our third loadout, it's looking a little interesting because we have a full list. We have Loki Prime, Kuva Brahma, Magistar, Prisma Engstrom, Panzer Vopafila, and they also sent the mod configs for us to copy and paste. So I'm gonna copy each and every build that I have a config on. If I don't have a configuration on it, I'm just gonna make my own build to where I see fit, but we're gonna copy their build. And each and every one of them were okay for me showing the build, so I'm gonna show it on the screen on each one. And if you guys like what you see in the gameplay, take it, do what you want to do. And for the last loadout, this is what actually made me think that this is a good idea. I like how everybody is sending me decent. It don't even have to be decent, it could be trash, but at least it's like Warframes that you hardly see anymore. Like Banshee, you don't see any Banshees out there. Loki, I haven't seen a Loki in a while. I haven't even touched Loki in years. I'm talking about years. And Equinox, I think Equinox is a little bit more played often than the others, but it's kind of interesting to see this. So we got Equinox, Torrid, Dual Toxicist, Siam, Death Cube Prime, and Verglas Prime. Death Cube for infinite energy, he says, and then the Verglas Prime for the Death Cube because it works well, I guess. And he said he also puts on, or he or she puts on 3 Tile Forge Crimson Shards, Amber Shards, Casting Speed, and Ability Strength, Terrifier over Metamorphosis. So yeah, we're gonna put this together and see how it works. So enough keeping you guys waiting. Let me break down the rules really quickly before I get started. So this is what the rules are. I have to survive 30 minutes on Still Path, no practice run. So I did not do a single practice run. Everything you see here is from my first attempt. No holding choke points allowed, and if you don't know what that means, it means I can't camp in a spot where enemies are only coming from one direction. That makes it a little easier, that makes it less likely for me to go down. We're not here to farm for resources, we're here to do a challenge. We gotta make sure the challenge is as hard as possible. We gotta give the Warframe and their kit a better chance to shine. So we're gonna make this as difficult as possible and make sure the enemies are all over the place. No consumables, no items. I can only use the resources my loadout has to offer. Those are the rules, and I'm gonna give each build in Warframe grades based off performance and how well they do. So that will include Warframe performance, weapon performance, Warframe and weapon synergy, difficulty to reach 30 minutes, build performance, what I recommend, and then my personal thoughts and overall rating from 0 to 10, and I'll show the results after each attempt with each loadout. So without further ado, let's start with the Banshee loadout first. So like I told you guys earlier, I asked the chat for a primary and a melee weapon for Banshee because the Stug I needed something else besides the Stug as well. They chose a hard pack and the Lacera. So it's easy to tell that they really want me to struggle with this because the hard pack, I don't know much about this weapon, but they need to get pack out the name because this thing ain't packing jack. I already know it's not. And then the Lacera, I don't know how good this is a whip, and I'm gonna keep it 100% with you guys. This might be my only saving grace because I don't have no faith with the hard pack or the Stug, none at all. So I'm hoping that the Lacera can get me far. The builds that I showed on your screen were made by me. Nobody had a config for me to copy from. I mean, who has configs for any of this? So let's get to it. Let's see how it performs, and I'll give you the performance grades. So the mission of choice will be Survival in the Void. This is the mission I'm going to play with each and every loadout. I'm not feeling too confident with Banshee. I'm going to say that right now. Her Sonic Boom, Sonar, Gloom, and Silence. This is a dangerous kit. If she was really good at the game, this would be a very dangerous kit. So I'm really relying on this to help me. And off the bat, I just realized that I think I should have went with Pillage. At least that would have gave me some shield. At least I would have had that. Because with Gloom, you got to kill them for you to get the survivability. And she don't have a kit. She doesn't have anything that could kill them with her abilities. You have to really use your weapons. That's why I was really skeptical about this build and this loadout, because Banshee's not going to do it with the hard pack. What is this? And I know I broke one of the rules. I said no choke points because this spot right here is a really good choke point if you want to go for farming or anything. I just really need to understand how to go about this, because if I'm in the open, I'm not going to survive. But I don't plan on keeping this choke point for long. I just need to know if I can, hopefully, because this gun is not, it's killing. Don't get me wrong, it's killing. But it's when they're about to bombard me right here, and I don't know if I have what it takes to push them back. I don't think I do. She's doing it right now with the sonar. I have no energy either, so I can't even use sonar, but she's doing it right now with the hard pack. I'm getting some kills, but this isn't anything. Look, boom, I just can't survive. I really can't do it. Like, this gun does not do any damage, so I'm already going to just say this is not going to go well, and I'm already 1 minute 30 seconds in pretty much, and I already lost my first life. So yeah, this is going to be a rough one. So my plan to try to ensure survival and a good killing like flow, if I can maintain sonar at a good level, like 2 or 3 times, pop it 2-3 times, and utilize my Sonic Boom, I could be fine. Right now, I'm not really tripping too much because I'm in this tube, and I'm going to leave soon because I don't want to break the rule entirely. But it's just off jump based off my analysis right now. I'm just going to say this right now. Weapon, Warframe synergy, I'm going to give it an F. It's going to be an F. This is just terrible. Terrible. Yeah, it's killing quick when you stack it, but I don't kill fast enough. So we're going to leave this tube, and we're going to see how it goes from here. So fast forward a little bit, you'll see that I'm barely at the 5-minute mark, and I'm already struggling, and I need to get a life support capsule because I'm not going to make it that much longer. And great, an Acolyte's here. So let's see if we could take this guy out. So to help increase my odds in killing this guy fast, I want to pop the Sonic Boom and Sonar. Hopefully this can give me an edge to kill him faster. So far, I'm not liking the results. I'm not liking what's going on. The hard pack, not a good gun. I would not recommend anybody to use this weapon. I built this weapon to the best that I felt like I could really put it. And these harpoons ain't doing nothing to this guy. Like, he's slow and everything, and I'm still not able to kill him that fast. Thankfully, the enemies weren't close to me because I outran them to get to this capsule, but that's not a good performance at all. I managed to get it done though, so let's see if I can survive a little longer. Hopefully I can make it to 30 minutes. We're gonna see. I'm already struggling with life support, so I have to find another capsule. I just can't kill anyone fast enough to get the support capsules they drop, so we're gonna see how this goes. So as I'm on my way to the next capsule to try to get my life support up, I realize how cooked I really am because I'm only at the 5-minute mark, about to hit the 6-minute mark, and I already had to pop 2 life support capsules. I don't know if this is gonna go well. I didn't even come in here expecting for this to go well. Matter of fact, when I accepted this challenge, I knew this was gonna happen possibly. So, but no use complaining about it. Let's just try to make it work. She just can't. She already just gets destroyed instantly. There's nothing. I feel like I'm lost. Like, this gun doesn't do anything. Life support back at like 20%, about to be taken out. So I have to find a way to get life support and maintain these enemies that I can't kill. So yeah, this is going terrible right now. I think I found a decent idea. I'm gonna try to come up here really quickly and see. Hopefully, I mean, it's not a choke point. It's just an area to try to get the fire off of me as much as possible. And it's kind of a shame because I feel like this build is not bad. Not the loadout, of course not the loadout, just the build itself with Banshee. I feel like if I just had a decent weapon, this could pose to be a problem for the enemy. So, and I even up here, I can't even escape the demise that's hitting me, and life support is almost down, so I have to find another capsule. I'm running out of capsules. I'm not going to be able to maintain a decent amount of time before I'm out of life support until the capsules are showing up on the map. So yeah, this isn't going well, like I said, but we're gonna keep pushing. Anything is possible. I can make the biggest clutch ever. We never know. This is why I feel like this is not gonna work. I just can't take any damage. It's just, she's so squishy. She's really squishy, and this gun does not make it easier. For those wondering, oh, what about the Stug? Oh my gosh, man, you can't get this done. It's not possible. It really ain't, because like the hard pack is trash. I'm not using the Stug. The Stug is not going to do nothing. It's not going to do anything. The Stug is so garbage. It's not going to give me anything I need. So, man, like I said, anything is possible. I'm not liking this because we're literally at the 8-minute mark. We got almost 20 minutes, and now Captain Vor is coming. Now Captain Vor, Corrupted Vor is coming. So, yeah, we're going to have to see how I can, man. So to fast forward a little more, I just decided to get this over with. The Acolyte really made things difficult. I was on my way to the next life support. I didn't get the clip, but I was on my way to the life support, and the Acolyte kept teleporting me away and away because I couldn't just run out there with Banshee. I had to use my operator, but because I was invisible for so long with her, I was running out of energy, and I didn't have enough to teleport. So if I were to get out my operator, I would instantly get taken out. Acolyte kept bringing me back, teleporting me back, I'm like, oh my goodness. So I ran out of life support, and we're just going to extract. We are calling it right here. Failure to make it to 30 minutes. Instant fail. After I get to extraction, we're going to see the results, and I'm going to give you my grade, my rating for everything about Banshee. So here it goes. So here's the grades that I'm about to tell you guys right quick. Warframe performance, I'm gonna have to give that a D+. The reason why I give it a D+ is because I can't fully blame Banshee for how she was because of the weapons I had. So I'm gonna give her a D+ for right now for the performance. Weapon performance, F-, immediate F-. Warframe and weapon synergy is an ultra F. I'm not going to even get into too much detail with that because it's straightforward. Nobody uses a Stug. That weapon's trash. The hard pack, not good, trash. And I didn't even really use the melee like that because it didn't really do much damage. I feel like the melee would have gave me a lot more out of the weapons, but I have to get up close and personal with them to use melee, and Banshee is not able to do that, especially with this kit, so ultra F. Difficulties to reach 30 minutes, near impossible. I had so much trouble even making it to 5 minutes. So yeah, not happening. For the build performance, I would give that a C. Like I said before, the only reason why I give it a C is because of the fact that the build is actually really nice to use if you're using something else besides the hard pack and the Stug. So if you put a good weapon on, you could get even better than a C possibly. I haven't tried it yet, so yeah, for this, a C. Would I recommend this loadout? I would definitely recommend using Banshee's build with better weapons. I feel like with better weapons, you can really get the most out of it. And I feel like she could be very devastating. So I definitely would recommend with better weapons. And for my overall rating, I would have to give this a 1.4 out of 10. It's just, it was pathetic. The fact that I had trouble getting to 5 minutes alone already isn't like this. I can pick the worst Warframe in the game that actually has decent abilities and could do better than that. Like, no, 1.4 out of 10. Now let's get on to the second loadout that was suggested to me, and that was Dante and the Grimoire. It's the same thing with Banshee. They didn't send me a config, they just sent me the Warframe and weapon to use, so I made my own build. And the thing about this will be interesting because I never played with Dante ever. This will be my very first time ever playing Dante. Based off of what I know about Dante over the years he's been out, I kind of got an idea how to play him right. I play around with his abilities, kind of see the type of way to use them. So I'll learn gradually as I play, but bear with me. For my Dante fans out there saying, oh, what are you doing? That's not you. Like, you can obviously see I've never played this Warframe before. So this is going to be interesting. We're going to see if I can do the challenge well. So the beginning stages of this clip you're going to see here is me really struggling trying to learn how to play Dante properly. I was not getting it right. I was using the Grimoire to desperately try to get energy, and I think I was doing that wrong. I usually know how to do it right. It's just, I don't know what I was doing wrong. It's the character dynamic with me and the character. it's also, I feel like it's a player in Warframe synergy as well. How do you synergize well with the Warframes? You know, right now, because this is my first time playing Dante, I have no synergy with him. Like if I'm in a pickle, I don't know the first thing to do to get me out of it. Like my favorite Warframe, for example, is Mag. If I'm in a desperate situation, I instantly know what to do to get out of that. You know, me and Mag, we click. You know, we click. We're two peas in a pod. Like I'm over here getting shredded right now with Dante, and I have the operator was the first thing I could think of to get me out of that situation because I don't know how to play Dante properly. And of course, I said it a couple times, and I know y'all get the point. But you're gonna see that I gradually start to learn him really quickly, and that's how it is with me with certain Warframes when I'm playing them for the first time. Like everyone else, I have to kind of get the gist of it and just hope things get easier from here. So we fast forward a little bit further and we're at the 10-minute mark, and I can say this is going very smoothly. I'm still learning fully how to play him properly, but I got the idea. He's really easy to learn. He wasn't that difficult as I thought, but I'm starting to get the concept. Yeah, I'm learning that you have to, like I've heard before, he's a caster. You constantly cast his abilities, and I'm starting to get that. So, but yeah, everything's good. He got everything you need in a Warframe, honestly. So I'm just having a good time, and yeah, we're just blowing through everybody. So this is gonna be one of the easiest ones ever. So yeah, so far I'm liking what I'm seeing. I just want to personally thank the person that suggested me to use Dante. You got me out of the shadow for not using him. Like, I don't know why I kept him in the shadows for so long. I brought him out into action. I am definitely going to be using this character a lot more often. It's just, he does everything. I pretty much got the hang of him. I know how to use his kit better, more fluently, how to keep myself alive. It's just, boom, almost one tap the Acolyte. You know, I'm trying to make sure I get it right where I can one tap him completely. But it's just, everything's going so well right now. Just Dante is just crazy. So with 2 minutes left in this challenge, I will have to say I'm very, very pleased with the results. I actually expect nothing less from Dante. I've always known he was a beast. I just never used him myself, but I already had a good feeling that this was going to be very smooth. The only problem I had was me not understanding how he played or how he worked. So I had to learn that, but I got that down pretty quickly. So yeah, I mean, I can't really say nothing about it. Just an amazing experience. I think I'm gonna rate this really well. I mean, I know actually, this has just been really good, and I can say it'll probably be the best one out of the rest. Banshee was pathetic. Dante really redeemed that slot. I can't say much about Loki and Equinox until I play with them, but I have a huge feeling that it's not going to be this smooth, like a huge feeling. So, but we never know until we try. So I'm gonna give you guys the rating and everything when I extract, let you know how I feel about Dante and his performance and what I recommend this build, even though this is my build, by the way. Like I said, I didn't have any config. So if you guys like the build, feel free to use it if you want. If you guys have any tips and tricks about Dante, please let me know. I would love to hear it and, you know, put your builds together and see how it works. But yeah, we're going to hit the extraction and see how it goes. On our way to extraction, I will have to say this was a job well done. Dante did everything you need him to do. He slayed everything. And let's go ahead and get to everything about the performance and my ratings. So for the Warframe performance, I would have to give him an A+. He delivered in every aspect. Health, survivability, shields, energy, you name it, he did it. Weapon performance, I have to give that an A+. Even though I didn't use it often, it still offered me great energy and it does good damage, so I have to give that a good A. Warframe and weapon synergy, A+. These weapons combine so well with each other. You get your energy going with the Grimoire, and then you can keep on casting with Dante all you want. So definitely an A+. Difficulty to reach 30 minutes, extremely easy. I had no problems with him. Like I said before, the only problems I had was me learning the character, but that's it. Everybody has to go through that issue some way when you learn a character. That's just how it is. For the build performance, I'm gonna have to give that a B, only because this is my first time using the character. I feel like I can do more to enhance his build. I'm pretty sure you guys have like dangerous builds that can do even better than my build. So if you guys, you know, wanna tell me about my build, tell me what I'm missing, tell me what I can add, please feel free to let me know. I do plan on playing Dante more, and the more insight I have, the better. Would I recommend this Loadout and Warframe? This is a no-brainer. Honestly speaking, Dante can carry you anyway. If you want to play on easy mode, get Dante. The Grimoire just adds extra to it, so I would definitely recommend this. And the rating from 0 out of 10, like I said, is obvious. 10 out of 10. He delivered in every aspect, and I'm happy that I got to play him here and got to learn how his kit works, because I'll definitely be bringing him on a lot more of my missions. So now we're on to our next loadout, and this is going to be our Loki Prime build with the Cooper Brahma, the Prisma Angstrom, the Magistar, and I think the Panzer Vopifila. I don't know if that was listed, I can't remember or not, but that's what I have. And honestly speaking, I'm not too sure about this one. So we're going to see how it goes. Here's the build and everything if you guys want to use it. These are the builds that was given to me. I looked at every config, I copy and pasted it exactly how you see up here. So if you guys like the build, of course, you guys let me know what you think in the comment section below, and let's go ahead and give it a test. So everything works the same. We got to make it a 30 minutes on the survival mission, and I will have to say I'm very nervous. I never played Loki in so long. In fact, I'm just as new to Loki as I was with Dante, but honestly speaking, we got to try somewhere. Fun fact, this was actually my first Prime Warframe, believe it or not. So yeah, we're going to see how it goes. I know my invisibility is going to keep me alive, and I know the Magistar is really cracked, so I'm not really worried about that too much. So based off my analysis so far, if I just stay invisible, I should be okay. And the Magistar is just carrying right now. And of course, I got the Cooper Brahma to use. I got the Prisma Angstrom to use, and they're both incarnates. So, well, not the Brahma, but the Magistar and the Angstrom, those are both incarnates. So I'm definitely in good hands when it comes to the weapons. But yeah, we're going to see how far I can go. Oh, and also I added Roar myself. This wasn't part of the config. I added Roar. So if you guys like the build and think it's cool, you can put Roar if you want, or you can keep Radio Disarm or switch it for wherever you want. But yeah, let's just continue seeing how far we can go. So we are almost halfway through, and I can say right now that I highly was overreacting with this. This is actually going very beautifully. Like, this is a really good build, and it actually really surprised me. Like, Loki, now I can't say too much because he is invisible. That's the reason why I'm surviving. I'm gonna be honest with you. There was a point in time where I was like, hold on, let me kind of see if I can do this without being invisible. Did not work so well. But other than that, just staying invisible, and also I can wall latch forever. I don't know if that's a Loki type of passive or what, but the wall latch, I can wall latch for as long as I really want to. So I can just hang on the wall and just keep shooting with the Brahma. But this is going so great. I'm having a good time actually with this right now. I really have good hopes with this. I know I should be able to make it to 30 minutes. I'm already almost 15 minutes in. So yeah, this is a little 15-minute checkup to see how it's going. But yep, this is going smooth. I will tell you that right now. This is going really smooth. I believe the Magistar Incarnate is a great addition to this build. All you have to do is go in the air and slam down, and everyone around you just gets exterminated just like that. It's very powerful. There's not an enemy that could withstand the force of this thing. I honestly never really used it in battle myself because I only use it for stat sticks for certain characters back when stat sticks were booming. But now, since they got the incarnate version and it can be used as an actual weapon, it just slays everything. So far, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. We're coming up on the 30-minute mark, and I have to say this has been a very, very easy one. Loki, this config, this loadout that was sent to me, really good one. I had no problems. I really had no problems. And there's the Acolyte. Got rid of him as fast as he came. Like, this Magistar is crazy. Loki synergizes really well with these weapons. Honestly speaking, I think this is a good build, especially for Loki. The fact that I'm even able to go this far with no issues with Loki, someone who isn't really used as much. I don't see a lot of Lokis out there. So it's good to see Loki shine. And this build, like, I would definitely use this build. This is going to be my build. Of course, I might tweak it a little bit to see what I would rather use for Loki, but this, I would probably use this a lot more often. So we're gonna go ahead and head to extraction soon, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you everything about Loki, my ratings, my performance, all that. So after another successful extraction, let's go ahead and talk about the ratings I'm going to give for this loadout. So for the Warframe performance, I'm gonna have to give that a B+. The only reason I give it a B+ is because the only thing really going for Loki is his invisibility. Yes, decoy can be really useful to keep the enemies off of you, but I would love to give it an A. But the thing about Loki, his kit is outdated. The only thing he really has good going for him is his invisibility, in my opinion. The switch teleport isn't really all that. The decoy, yeah, the decoy could be really good, and his fourth ability is decent, I guess, but of course I subsume that. But honestly speaking, I have to give it a B+ because of that. For the weapon performance, I have to give that an A+. Each weapon was at a league of their own. The Cooper Brahma did his thing, the Prisma Angstrom did his thing, and the Magistar did his thing. All of those weapons were fantastic, A+. Warframe and weapon synergy combo, I'm going to be honest, and some of you guys may not understand where I'm coming from with this, but I'm gonna have to give it a C. The only reason why I give it a C, it has nothing to do with the Warframe or the weapons alone. It's only because the weapons were at a league of its own. They're on a league of their own. You could use any Warframe to do what I just done. The Magistar will do the same thing with a different Warframe. The Prisma Ancient will do the same thing with a different Warframe. The Brahma will do the same thing with a different Warframe. It doesn't matter. Loki really didn't have anything that could enhance these weapons. Roar was the only thing I put on, but that's not even his ability. And vice versa. The weapons really didn't do anything to Loki to make him any special. He just had invisibility. So honestly, I have to give it a C because you can use these weapons on any Warframe and get the same results. Difficulty to reach 30 minutes, I would have to say this was really easy. No challenge. As long as you keep your invisibility up and then keep killing with the weapons, you should be okay. You really shouldn't have any issues with this. If you don't have your invisibility open, if you have decoy up, that can give you some sort of survivability, but it's not going to be guaranteed. He's literally a glass cannon, so you definitely got to be careful with that. For the build performance, I'm gonna have to give that a solid A. What I love the most about this build was the duration of the abilities. 90-second roar, 45-second invisibility, 74 seconds, I believe, for the decoy. It was really nice to have all that duration. And honestly speaking, I wouldn't have it any other way. Would I recommend the Loadout and their builds to other people? I definitely would. I think this was a good build. I think this was well thought of. The weapons was a good addition to it. The duration of the abilities is really good. I think you guys will have fun with this one. Definitely would recommend. And for my ratings from 0 to 10, I have to give this an 8.5. Very solid build and awesome weapon choices. I really enjoyed playing with Loki and the weapons, and I'm pretty sure you guys will too. And with that out the way, let's get to our final loadout. So for our final build recommendation, we have Equinox. Now I was a little nervous at first, but I gave Loki a shot and he was not bad at all. So we got to give Equinox a fair chance, see how she goes. I have a little bit more hope because Loki, I thought that was going to be a flop. So that means Equinox, she can't be that bad, right? Hopefully not. I haven't used this character in years as well. She's been locked in the chambers. So we're going to see how she does. All these builds is right from the person that sent me the configs, copy and paste it. So if you guys enjoy the build, like I said before, you guys can feel free to copy it. Hopefully we can make this work and let's see how it goes. So the routine is exactly the same as the other Warframe loadouts. Let's see how she does. Let's see how she survives. I never used the Scion before. And actually, believe it or not, first time using the turret as well. I've had it for a while, I just didn't use it, but let's see how Equinox goes. I have good hopes, like I said. I feel like everything will work out. Make sure I cast my abilities right. And Terrify is going to be helpful because it can give me some survivability. It keeps the enemies a little scared. They won't be on me as much. So we'll see how this goes. So far, I'm liking how the turret is doing. The turret is really doing well against the enemies. Like I expected, turret is pretty much the best incarnate in the game. So it's blowing through these enemies like they're nothing. They're light work. And that's pretty much keeping me alive so far, so that's good. My abilities seem to be doing their thing right now. I can get my 4 stacked up to be able to one-tap them when I build up more damage with that when I kill the enemies. So far, so good. So we fast forward a little bit, and I would have to say that we kind of hit a little roadblock. I have went down earlier, and I'm noticing that Equinox survivability is very, very bad. Like I thought it would be. The dual toxicist, I'm trying to get the headshots, but I'm panicking a little bit because the enemies are just destroying me. It's hard for me to get the headshots consistently. I know I'm hitting them in the head. For some reason, it's not charging up. I guess it's not a proper headshot, but it's just every single time I'm trying to get a headshot on the enemy. Now, of course, yeah, that's my bad aim right there. But even still, it's like I can't sit in one spot for too long before I die. So I don't know if I don't know if the dual toxicist is going to work for me. It's just, she's so squishy. I'm trying to survive as best as I can. We made it to the 5-minute mark already, but we have 25 minutes of this to go. So let's see how this goes. I'm actually having a pretty tough time right now because she's a bullet sponge. She just can't receive any damage properly. She dies so fast. The dual toxicist, once I got the incarnate going, the damage wasn't the greatest. It takes a long time just to kill one enemy, and I can't have that. The turret is my only saving grace. That weapon allows me to actually blow through the enemies and survive well. But other than that, it's a train wreck right now. It's a train wreck. The melee does well, but the thing is, it's just like Banshee. I can't really melee them because I have to get up close and personal, and Equinox cannot deal that type of damage. She can't, like, I keep going down. It's just not going well for me right now. Guys, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you right now. This is a flop. This isn't working well. I don't know if I did something wrong, or I just don't, I'm not really a fan of this. I don't know if I'm gonna make it to 30 minutes. I'm already on my last life. If I go down now, it's game over. So I'm just hoping I can kind of do something. The turret, I've been sticking out with the turret for the past couple of minutes. It's doing well, but I don't think it's gonna get me to 30 minutes. I highly doubt it. I'm trying the best I can right now. She's so squishy and she doesn't have any survivability. It's not really well. Yeah, you can stagger the enemies good enough with her 4, but other than that, and the Terrify really helps, but that only does so much. Yeah, I'm done. I'm cooked. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get to the performance grades. So for the Warframe performance, I'm gonna have to give her a D. Honestly speaking, the only thing good she had going on was her 4. Terrify was really good too, but it's not even her ability. But 4, if you get the damage in, you can definitely one-tap everyone around you. It's just her survivability. Her survivability lacks. It's just, I couldn't really do much without the weapons. For the weapon performance, I'm gonna have to give that a C+. I feel like the turret was the only thing carrying this whole thing. Now the dual toxicist is a really good weapon, and the Siam apparently, that's a really good weapon too. The only thing is, I feel like the build wasn't the greatest. Maybe if you tweak it a little bit, it'll be better. Now it could be me, maybe I didn't get the stacks done right, but usually when I use my build, I don't have to worry about that and I just slay everybody. So I'm not trying to bash the build, and also the melee, that's a good weapon. I just couldn't get up close and personal without dying. Warframe and weapon synergy, I'm gonna have to give that a D+. Like I said, the turret was the only thing carrying in my opinion, and that's what was gonna give Equinox the damage that she needs for her 4, so she can just slay everyone around her. But without that, I couldn't do it much. I feel like the weapon and Warframe synergy wasn't the greatest, so I give that a D+. Difficulty to reach 30 minutes, I would have to say medium to hard. I feel like this build can be really good in the right hands. I felt like most of the error was on my end anyways, but I just don't think this build is the best. Now, maybe in other circumstances, but for solo play, you have to be pretty good at it. Now, I'm not saying I can't do it myself. Remember, each attempt was my first run in each mission. So I haven't played Equinox in a long time. I feel like maybe with more practice, another run, I can do better. But medium hard, I feel like anybody else could possibly do better. Build performance, I have to give it a B-. The build itself was solid. I like the build. I think it was a nice setup. And like I said earlier, in the right hands, I feel like you can do something with this. So B- for the build performance. Would I recommend? Somewhat. The reason why I say somewhat is because I feel like if you have a decent build with your weapons, you can make it work and work on your survivability. Maybe I would go for rolling guard. I would probably put adaptation, something survival wise for Equinox. Other than that, I feel like you should go for this build, but if you're not really one to do all that with Equinox, I wouldn't recommend. My overall rating from 0 to 10, I'll have to give it a 5. Solid build, nice weapon choices. I just believe she's just too squishy. Go for rolling guard, adaptation, like I said before. This is your best bet. I can't give it any higher than a 5. I feel like a 5 is being graceful because of the fact that I'm adding in that a part of it was me. I feel like some player error was in there, but the build, decent, but the synergy, everything else about this, I would have to give it a 5. And that's all the builds I have to show for you guys today from the region chat. Hopefully you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed doing it. If you guys enjoyed what you saw and want to see more of this, but of course shorter, because I know this one was a bit long, please leave down in the comment section below and let me know what you think. Please like and subscribe if you feel like I've earned it, and please leave a comment down below if you have any questions, concerns, or tips you would like to add yourself. Remember, all feedback is great feedback. We're on a journey to strive and prosper till we thrive. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a great day, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out, man. We striving to the top until we thriving. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch y'all later. Peace out, man.